Okay. Oh, here it is. Oh no. This is gonna be a rough one. Not for you, for me. Hello friends. Today on a very special episode of Lolita Reacts, I'm not gonna be watching something. I'm gonna do something that maybe, hopefully, I can monetize. I feel like in my Lolita Reacts series so far, I've talked more about filmmaking than I have about Lolita fashion. So today's episode is gonna be focusing on Lolita fashion advice and mistakes. And I'm gonna be taking a look at my first post on Daily Lolita. If you watched my Lolita evolution video, I talked about how I found Lolita in 2006 and then I didn't really start wearing it until 2011. And people were like, oh, you can't say that you started wearing Lolita in 2006 because just being a fan of Lolita doesn't make you a Lolita. Which I don't know how you feel about that, that's your own opinion. But to be honest, I wore things that I thought were Lolita, but were not Lolita. And I used to think of that as being, oh, it just didn't count. But no, that was my Ida phase. And during that time, I was a lone Lolita. I didn't know about a community. And this post is right after I discovered that there was an online community for Lolitas, and this was my first contribution to it. Yeah, we all start somewhere, everybody. I remember when I made this post, I thought that all of the comments I got were so mean and so critical and just haters and, oh, this community is so mean to me and they're all full of hate, blah, blah, blah. But looking at this now, I'm like, you deserve it. Shut the fuck up. Probably not even as bad as I thought it was, so I'm just gonna take a look at this and read through it and react and see what I've learned. The title is, I don't even want to say it. The title is New Steamy Loli Looking for Advice, smiley face. Yeah, I used to say lolly, because I thought it was cute and I thought it was better than saying Lolita. But it's actually kind of worse to say lolly because lolicon is like a whole thing with anime, which is not what Lolita is, and it's like young kids. So yeah, I tried to avoid saying Lolita and I said a thing that's just equally as bad. So I listed off everything that I wore in this coordinate. Let's go through it. Mini top hat, Party City. I also took this picture in my parents' garage. Why does that top hat even exist? Like, it just looks bad with everything. Like, what costume does that top hat look good with? I challenge you to find a picture of somebody dressed cool in a cool costume or outfit using that top hat and them looking good, because it is so stupid. I didn't list where my wig was from. I'm pretty sure it was also from Party City. It's so bad. I later cut it up and used it for a Ramona Flowers cosplay, which was like kind of better. Still kind of sucked. I really like this color of blue, but yeah, the quality of this wig is horrible. Gray ruffle tee, H&M. Now I remember people telling me that it was too much of a plunging neckline for Lolita, and at the time I was like, how dare you? But now I'm like, yeah girl, them titties. Why are they out? This isn't the fashion for those titties. Put them away. Corset and skirt are from Bodyline. I would love to get this corset and skirt again and like wear it nicely, but I don't think it even fits my style. Why did I think I wanted to be a steampunk Lolita? Thigh-high socks, Chinese laundry. I think I got those from TJ Maxx. I guess Chinese laundry is like a brand. I don't even remember. Victorian boots, Bolo Ross. Those boots are really cool. I am not doing those boots justice. They deserve much better. I didn't even like tie up all the bows at the bottom of this skirt, and like, I'm not wearing a petty, so the shape is just kind of like, bleh. Oh my, these poses. Ah. Now let's get into what I wrote about this. I'm very new to Lolita, clearly. Also, I didn't fix the capitalize on Lolita. A lot of times autocorrect will fix Lolita and make it capital, and they're referring to the title Lolita for the book or the film. So you always want to make sure that unless it's like at the beginning of a sentence, that Lolita is actually lowercase. So backspace that and make it a lowercase L. I've been told this look is very steampunk. From who? You're wearing this in your parents' garage. I never wore this outside. This is my first time posting it. Who told me that this looks very steampunk? I told myself. Maybe my mom also said, oh, you look steampunk. But probably after I told her, like, do I look? And I'm not sure if it is still considered Lolita. It's not. You're bad. Get out. The things that I'm saying are probably a lot worse than the actual comments. But I really love it. So I thought I would share it. The skirt and corset are from Bodyline, but I got them from a lovely gal on EGL sales. Also, at this point in time, my username was not lovelylor. If you look this post up now, it's under lovelylor because I actually ended up buying the username from somebody on LiveJournal. So then I took this picture, which is only mildly slightly better, where I'm wearing an actual top hat that I got from a costume store. I am planning to make a video about all the advice I gave when I was starting out in Lolita that was wrong, because one of the things that I strongly believed in was that you could get Lolita pieces from costume stores. This last picture is actually not too bad, and this is for a long time what I considered my first Lolita coordinate. The dress was actually from a Lolita costume that I bought at Anime Expo, and it was in a bag, and it was like Lolita, and a lot of those dresses are awful, but this one was like not too bad. The material was kind of like a tent though. It was like a canvasy material, and this bolero like doesn't really work. It's not really frilly enough. I feel like now I would add some kind of lace to it, maybe around the collars and like the sides. I still didn't own a petticoat at this point in time. Headband, Target. Pink shoes, Kmart. Green sweater, Forever 21. Dress, Anime Expo, a brand called Cream Doll. Girl, that's not a brand. Now let's get into the comments and see if people were as savage to me as I was to me. Let's see if people were as savage as I thought they were. I love the skirt, but the coordinate doesn't really match. Fair. The mini top hat is a bit ridiculous, in my opinion. Yes, it is ridiculous. And full-size one would look best, like in the third picture you posted. That color skirt to me would be best with a white or off-white blouse. I'm not sure I like the socks much either. They don't match. The boots are awesome though. The blue wig isn't working for me either, unless that's your real hair. In such a case, I'm sorry. Your second outfit is super cute though. You look good in pink. Yeah, I figured it out real quick that I was a sweet Lolita and not a steamy loli. I'm not loving the shirt. It's way too low cut for Lolita. Agreed. And as Imor said, nothing really matches. It would be really good if you took an iron and a petty to that skirt too. Oh yeah, was it wrinkly? Yeah, it is pretty wrinkly. I hate ironing, and like for the longest time have just been like, I'm gonna have wrinkly Lolita. I don't care because I hate ironing. And then I recently bought a steamer like last month, and it has changed my life completely. Steaming Lolita is so good. It's so easy. It doesn't damage your dress. You can do like really complicated bustles and everything, like so great. You can get a little handheld one that you can even travel with. That's what I got. I got one off Amazon. It was really cheap, like 30 bucks. I'm honestly gonna make a video about it because it's changed my life. I think the skirt would look better with a solid black or cream blouse instead of gray, but that's just a personal preference. I'm not sure how I feel on the hat. The hat is so bad! I think if you glue some matching feathers or something on it, you could rock a Mad Hatter kind of thing. You're too nice. I need to lose that hat. It's horrible. The boots are great, but I'm gonna say no to the stockings. I think Steampunk Lolita is a great look for you though, and I hope to see more coordinates in the future. Surprise! I've done a lot more coordinates since 2010. I hope you like the ones that I've done since then. I love the second outfit. As for the first one, all the blue with that skirt looks a bit off to me. I'd recommend using black or white top instead. The wig is a very nice style, so maybe try something similar in a different color. You're being so nice. I don't deserve this kindness. That wig is awful. I have the same bodyline skirt in red, and it lends itself to steam loli. If you're going for steam loli. The headpiece is really important. I think the sparkly top hat along with the wig make the outfit look costumish. I think they would work separately or with another outfit. Some suggestions. Oh, let's look at their links. They linked me to better headpieces, I think. Oh, I don't think these links work anymore. I really like your hair, ... I am so sick of pastel wigs, so this is a lovely change. Aw, that was nice. I like your skirt and the second outfit is adorable. Oh my god, this was Minty Mix! It was Cami commented on this. Thank you, Cami. Too nice. I agree that this shirt is too low cut, but I don't necessarily think that this skirt can only be coordinated with off-white or cream. Maybe some orange neck jewelry would help make the whole thing look a bit more put together. The wig definitely doesn't match, and I think a stripy skirt and polka dot socks is also quite a clash. And a second suggestion of only wearing a bigger hat. By the way, that skirt is so gorgeous. Too nice, I don't deserve this. Yeah, I guess like with a shirt like that where it's low cut, you could get one of those like ruffle collars that ties around the neck, and you could put it over it to kind of like cover that area, or even like a big bow or something, but that's not going to save this coordinate. I can't believe way back then I thought that this was mean or haters, because this is all actual constructive criticism. I think that I just went into Daily Lolita expecting everybody to be super nice and not say anything constructive, and even though I was asking for advice. Okay, I'm hoping that this one is savage because it starts with, I'm sorry, but just counting the number of colors and textures is making my head spin. Steampunk Lolita is a very small niche that has even more rules and guidelines than Lolita in general. It's attempted all the time by people who don't really know anything about steampunk, and frankly, it's rarely well done. This is true, I didn't know really anything about steampunk. I think you should stick to basic Lolita branches until you get the basics of colors, matching, contrasting, and coordinating down well enough to try something bold and complicated like this. That's actually not bad advice. I think that maybe if I'd had a lot of experience in steampunk and then kind of knew my handle in steampunk and came to Lolita and wanted to like bring my steampunk to Lolita, it would have worked better. But the fact was that I didn't know anything about either of these genres. I just kind of seen them and tried to mash them together right away without knowing anything. So that's not even savage, that's good advice. Another thing is the skirt is great for Pirate Lolita if you're still set on a smaller subcategory. Pirate is a bit easier to pull off. Unfortunately, that wig still won't work. That line alone is savage, I love it. Unfortunately, that wig still won't work. I deserve it. One of the first things you should do when you decide to make the transition into Lolita is invest in a petticoat. Agreed. It took me a long time to get an actual good petticoat. If you don't have your foundation pieces, you're still going to be wearing fancy frilly dresses and getting needs a petty comments. There is an online shop called Candy Violet that sells nice petties and ships fast. And then the last comment is, you look cute. I think we learned a lot from this. Daily Lolita Live Journal is not really active anymore. If you're looking for something current that is comparable, I would check out Closet of Frills on Facebook. It's a community where you can post your coordinates and get constructive criticism and comments on it. Thank you so much to those of you who stuck with me in the beginning and helped give me advice and taught me and gave me constructive criticism. I'm really thankful for it, and I still feel like I am growing as a Lolita. I'm still experimenting, I'm still learning. Always learning. I want to just keep this fashion alive, keep pushing it forward, keep trying new things. Remember, we all start somewhere, and some coordinates are winners and others, well, there's a chance for you to learn something from them. Stay lovely.